Welcome to the Straight Out of Home Video Podcast, part of the Geeky Waffle Network. This week's episode is The Lion King 1.5. I'm Candace, and with me is Brie.
Hello.
The Timon to my Pumbaa, or Pumbaa to my Timon. And we're really excited to have the host of the Imagineears Disney Podcast, Matt and Susie. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
I'm really excited you guys picked this movie because I'm just going to be honest right off the bat. This is my favorite direct-to-home Disney movie.
I am so glad to hear that.
Oh, thank God.
I am too.
Thank God. Watching this, I was like, this holds up. I was right as a child to like this.
Yeah.
I never saw it. This is my first time watching it.
Oh my gosh. What were your opinions of it then as an adult? Because it definitely has some... it has a good... We'll get to that, I feel like. It has a good mixture of adult things and then children jokes.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I never watched it as a kid. And I was like, well, that's true. But I mean, I still go to Disney movies now.
Yeah.
So
I just remember this one I actually bought on DVD. So that just tells you like what era it was, because everything else is on VHS.
General rule of thumb for Disney sequels, most of the time they're not great.
No.
This one, though,
yes.
stands out. I actually love this. It had been a long time since I had watched it, so I rewatched it just to kind of get reacquainted with everything, and I had a great time. I laughed out loud many, many times.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do every episode is I get Brie to try to give a short summary of like
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, sometimes it just it's 10 minutes later and I'm like, I gotta cut you off. So, Brie, what is Lion King 1.5, aka Lion King 3, Hakuna Matata about?
Well, Lion King 1.5 is basically the Mystery Science 3000 version of Timon and Pumbaa telling their side of the story. Well, mainly Timon's story.
Yeah.
Timon likes to take over some. So it's basically their journey compared with what we know about the Lion King. So
you can't see me right now, but like I'm fist pumping in the air because those are the exact words that I would use to describe this.
I'm so glad.
Yes. Disney Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, I was like, when they started, I was like, oh, I see what you did there. All right. Which makes me happy.
Confirmed by the screenwriter that was intentional. And also, it was inspired by Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, which is a play from the 60s or 70s, which is about the two supporting characters in Hamlet.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Hamlet, Lion King, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
And that's like my favorite inspired by play from Shakespeare.
That's a lot of layers to peel back on Lion King 1.5, which is almost 80 minutes of fart jokes. But that's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. It's honestly like you can tell like they put some effort into this. Not that the other sequels are, but you have to remember the other sequel that came out before this was Hunchback Notre Dame 2. And we do not talk about that one until we do that episode.
Oh, no.
And it will be painful. Nobody has to do that one.
I wonder why.
I wonder.
This one's like way more fun than I feel like most of the other sequels in general, which try to do, I don't know, they try to like correct the sins of the first movie, I feel sometimes, or something. I mean, my least favorite sequel movie, though, of all time, because it just makes me mad that it even happened. Well, most of them. But I just cannot stand Pocahontas 2.
Yep.
I knew you were going to say that one because I was thinking it too.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Me as a child, even though I know like it's realistic as
what, like Disney-fied?
We don't. It's not time for historical accuracy.
Yeah,
no.
Accuracy. Give me more.
It.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, this one is definitely fun. Like
from the beginning.
Moment. Yeah. Especially like seeing like that it was kind of like had that motif of like, oh, you're gonna kind of poke fun at yourself even.
Yes.
Which I love.
Yes. Yeah, we love anything that doesn't take itself too seriously. And Disney, I mean, even the first Lion King makes fun of Disney. Like, it has it's a small world line that Zazu sings. So the fact that that there's an element of the animation studio that recognizes like what they are and understands that like if you can't laugh at yourself, then there's no purpose in doing what you're doing is just brilliant.
And this movie is full of, so many references. Especially like maybe that you've missed if you watched it at a younger age.
Yeah.
I think you can appreciate it more as an adult to be like, oh, okay, I see what they did there.
Yeah, it's nice. Also, the animation really holds up as well.
Right.
It does.
It's one of the better ones that we've seen because Return to the Jafar will still stick out of my mind. Forever not in a good way.
Piggyback off of the animation because it jumps back and forth between like actual clips from The Lion King, but seamlessly. Like it's very, I mean, what's what because like who doesn't have Lion King memorized at this point in their life? But it's like it fits in. It doesn't so much stand out, but also helps that you have the like so many original cast members or voice cast come back for this one, like they had for Lion King 2.
Yeah, they're all back except Zazu.
Yeah.
I know, unfortunately, I will still be bitter.
It was contract obligations with Johnny English and Love Actually free, so that's why he wasn't there. And it was funny that they just like, you see Mufasa, but he does not have any lines. And I'm like, oh, you guys didn't have James Earl Jones money, did you?
No, they didn't.
No,
that's money.
It Jerry Stiller money. So
yeah.
Oh, and then the voice of his mother is Julie Kavner,
yes,
who is the voice of Marge from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
and she isn't cheap because she makes bank with The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are some heavy hitters. I mean, that's probably 2 for the price of 1 James Earl Jones right there.
That's true.
Jerry Stiller had some really great lines. He says that we're grass intolerant.
Yeah.
And he says, meerkats, it's what's for dinner. And I don't know why I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny lines.
Lots of sarcasm, which fits the characters really well. I feel like this movie did not divert from the characters' personalities in any way just to try to like, for the sake of a movie. But it also helps that it weaves in with that original movie so well. That sarcasm though, I just love it. I love Timon's like just absolute sass like throughout the whole thing.
Oh, I know. And Nathan Lane, I mean, he's iconic as Timon.
Yeah.
The best. The only thing is, I will have to say, because like rewatching it now, right? And I don't know if anyone else has these thoughts. I thought from the original movie that they must have been in that paradise area for a little longer.
I had the exact same thought.
Okay. I did too.
Okay,
but then it makes you, how long was Simba wandering in the desert for?
I don't know.
5 minutes.
How did he make it?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it
what
just
I had thought.
I almost, because like seeing the stampede, I was like, oh, we're going here? Like they're there? And I was almost like, I feel like I could have done without that part and maybe seeing their journey a little more of getting like into paradise. But
you just didn't want that scar to, pun not attended, to be come back. That hurt from the childhood of seeing Mufasa died. You didn't want to be reminded of that, right?
Well, I guess, but also logically, it didn't make sense how they could be there and get to paradise faster than Simba has and act like they own the place. You know, what I mean?
Like they took a shortcut.
Yeah,
I mean, Timon acts like he owns everything now.
No, I mean, yes, that's very true. Like, yes, it's true.
Yeah, for sure. With the original Lion King, you feel like they have established themselves as living there for a long period of time.
Right.
And even the live action, where they know all the, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about live action. I don't know how people feel about the live action Lion King.
But it's okay. Yes, go ahead.
It's okay. I know.
I saw it. I don't remember it.
Well, lucky you. Unfortunately, I remember it.
But in that movie, they have friendships like with more animals in the paradise area. So it definitely, but I also don't feel like Jon Favreau was like, let me get really deep into the Lion King canon lore.
Right.
And watch Lion King 1.5.
But it feels lived in for them, you know?
Yeah.
Like even in the animated original movie, it feels lived in. In this, it makes you go, oh, well, it wasn't really lived in, was it?
Yeah, I think it has suffered from, okay, we have to connect these dots. How fast can we do this?
Yeah. Oh, another thing is during the entire film, like Rafiki appears kind of as like Timon's mentor. Yet in the first Lion King, when Rafiki says what happens to Simba, Timon goes like, "Who's the monkey?"
Yes.
But Timon again could be very oblivious and think all monkeys look alike.
So Timon is racist.
He is specious, I'm guessing. He thought Simba was going to eat him right away, and he still thought Nala was going to too.
Well, serious prejudice.
I mean, he has...
Lions are kind of a fair point, I'm saying.
Oh, can we talk about how, like, they straight up say, like, he's like, oh, we had our hardest challenge yet, parenthood? And then, like, they straight up phrase that.
Oh, they were the first gay dads.
That whole sequence though is just hilarious. That's when I did a lot of I don't have children, but like everyone knows to like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then you get like, I felt like it is with my dog. I'm like, if you get a drink now, I'm gonna be up in 2 hours. I'm gonna take you out again. I just thought that was a nice little thing that, of course, like everyone gets it, but like the older you get, you're like more relatable to it.
Yeah. And the whole thing, he's like, oh, that time he has a nightmare and he just wants to sleep next to them. I'm like,
that was cute.
I literally went all out loud. I was like, oh, I'm feeling great.
Well, also, like, when he was, like, Simba, like, moved his hand, or paw, that's more accurate. Paw at one point, and, like, Timon was searching for it and, like, brought it back up as a blanket. I was like, oh, that's adorable.
They're so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, something else I didn't get was the sunrise, sunset.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah,
someone would bring it up.
I'm glad someone brought it up. I'm a big theater person. I'm a theater nerd, and so yeah, Fiddler on the Roof is one of my favorite musicals. And so when they broke, and it's not just a little snippet; they like sing like an entire verse and chorus.
I did not get that joke when I was little and saw it. Absolutely not. I was just like, okay, this is weird. Like, however, this is Lion King.
I was like, yeah, it doesn't go with the rest of the song. But yeah, now as an adult who has seen the play and the movie, it's
perfect.
Well, there's a lot of fourth wall. I mean, obviously, with the fact that they're watching themselves on a movie, but it's just like constant fourth wall breaking. And they do a lot of that, though, I feel like, in the 90s, early 2000s animated movies. There's always, like, that character that's a little bit more self-aware. Like, in Aladdin, Genie makes, obviously, a lot of references to other movies or famous actors and things. I don't know. I love it. It just, why not? Like, the animators were like, sure, what could happen?
Well, I loved when, during the Stampede moment, where it cuts to that infomercial. Like, I lost it there, not gonna lie. I was like, this is great.
Like, you guys were talking, like, oh, the timeline doesn't match up, but I love that they were, like, part of all those songs, including, like, Be Prepared, and then, like, River Dance.
The River Dance,
oh, for sure, yeah.
And then I Can't Wait to Be King. He's like, oh, perfect, we moved to the theater district.
Yes.
Now, how did you guys feel about the original? I think there was just one original song that was called back to a few times.
Oh, the Dig a Tunnel.
The digging one?
I'm not a huge fan.
No.
Did you guys
head for a week though? I will say that.
Well, the pop song that played afterwards, that was a great rendition of the digging song.
It was better than the one in the actual movie.
Everything's better than the one in the actual movie.
I didn't like both of them.
I am glad they did Hakuna Matata again.
Yeah.
And I was like, Hakuna Matata. I was like singing along. I was like,
one of my other favorite scenes was when Timon's trying to remember the phrase Hakuna Matata, and Pumbaa just keeps putting like the food dishes out, and everything like rhymes with Hakuna Matata. It's like blue enchilada and like all these like, really weird. I mean, they're all bugs, so it doesn't make any sense. But I'm just like, now again, like as an adult, like I know what that is. Like, it's funnier. It just doesn't sound like gibberish, as a kid.
Right.
And while we're on Pumbaa, I think, Pumbaa being the cause, the reason why all of the animals bowed down at Simba's...
Oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing. Yes.
What do we call that? Christening? Is that his christening?
Like his coronation.
Coronation. There you go.
Rafiki holding him out to the other animals.
His birth announcement.
Yeah,
it's like
look at him.
The heir.
He will eat you one day.
Of the pointy rock.
He will eat you one day. I don't know. I personally don't. I mean, it's funny because it's that behind the scenes thing, but there's also a part of me that's like, you guys better respect Simba.
I know, right? Like,
better kneel.
It's like, oh, the rhinos ain't kneeling. I guess I better kneel. It's like, oh, all right. You weren't going to kneel before?
I love those little tidbits where it's like all connected like that. Like
can you feel the love tonight?
Oh my gosh, they were just trying to sabotage it.
It's so
I love
funny.
That part.
They cut back and forth to the spy music. Great. Yeah. The timing during that sequence is just so good.
Apparently, Timon and Pumbaa were supposed to sing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" originally, and Elton John heard about it, and he's like, "You can't do that to this beautiful love song I wrote."
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's so funny.
I liked how they used like the music cues, like when Timon's mom is talking to him and saying, "All the light touches." You hear that same music that Mufasa uses.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Everything the light touches belongs to someone else.
Yeah, he's like, I thought you were going somewhere else. Like,
I know, that was so funny. I was like, oh, this is where this movie is. Okay.
It's for the fans.
Sure.
We all know those music cues. We all know those inside jokes. If you aren't familiar with The Lion King, I don't think you would understand what's happening.
Well, why would you watch this one before The Lion King?
I'm just saying that it's like, I think even if you've just seen Lion King once, like years ago, maybe in like 1994, like around when it came out, you would not like know it. But like, as people who grew up with it, I have it memorized practically.
Well, it's
Matt and I have multiple times claimed it as our favorite Disney movie. I claim it as my favorite Lion King as my all-time favorite movie because it was my first favorite movie. And it's very hard to choose a favorite movie because there's so many different genres and franchises that I like. So I'm like, I'm just going to stick with my original.
I mean, and that's why it's the Disney Renaissance for a reason. So
yeah,
that's true. I mean, this was it was fun. You know, I had fun watching it, which I think is the whole point.
I just, the first 15 minutes still to me are just so tedious. There are good moments with the meerkats, but sometimes I'm like,
I do love watching the meerkats at like Busch Gardens or something.
Yeah.
And so like all the little head movements, the tweaking out, I was like, that's hilarious because I think I would be a nervous wreck if I was just on like watch for like predators that could eat me.
I feel like that's something we were talking about a little bit when we were doing our Lion King 2. Was like, well, what about all these other creatures who are just like, well, he's our king, but they're gonna probably eat us.
Man, so I was so mad someone took that one. I love Lion King 2. It is such a guilty pleasure. Lion King 1.5 is probably better. Like, Lion King 2 is not great, but I just love it so much.
It's still a good movie.
The music is so good. It's not as good, but
I still think this one's better. I don't know.
It is. I think it is too.
It's my favorite. Okay, speaking of which, on Rotten Tomatoes, this has been scored. What do you think the percentage is?
I can't answer because I saw.
Oh,
I was trying to get some
like for being honest,
some more like details and doing my being prepared as a professional.
I don't know, like 55% maybe.
I didn't see it, but I'm gonna guess like 63.
God, you guys are mean. It's 78.
Is it really? Well, no. I'm glad. I'm glad it's 78.
I was being conscious of other people.
I was shocked. It was so high. Just it's good, but you never know how those types of things are going to go. And like y'all have said, it's a very fan service heavy movie, and those tend to not do as well.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's the Lion King, though. I feel like if you've seen Lion King, you're a fan.
Yeah,
this is true. No one can watch that movie and not be a fan.
So just a few quotes from the reviews. It says, a clever retelling of a classic tale from a skewed point of view of supporting characters. And then another one says, it is creative, and that alone is enough to rocket it to the top of the Disney sequel heap.
I agree with
fair.
that one.
That is fair.
Mm-hmm.
And this may be known as the gold standard for straight-to-video cartoon releases.
Love it.
Yeah. So
even though I don't think this has like ever been done again, like this type of.
Well, I don't think so in movie format, but I know there is an attraction that Matt loves.
Oh dear!
Recently, come to World Showcase.
Oh no!
In the beautiful country of France.
Oh no!
That is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast.
Nope.
Where they tried to make it all look like LeFou is the puppet master.
Howard Ashman is rolling in his grave.
Oh, you guys!
Wait.
No, it's so bad.
Wait, LeFou is the puppet master?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, he is the reason that Belle and Beast fall in love. It's all his doing. It's the dumbest thing.
The guy whose name is literally the Fool.
Yes. No, I'm just not computing this.
So they made a new where they do those like the 360 thing free.
Okay.
They did a Beauty and the Beast sing along. But I did not know there was a retelling with that.
Oh my.
I don't think it'll be there for too long. Too much longer.
I'm not. I'd have to check to see what the viewer ratings are, the exit polls coming out of that. But most everyone that I have talked to or I've seen that has gone to it have just despised it. Like, it's just not good. Well,
because if you're going to do a story like that, it has to fit in with the integrity of the original story can't be changed. I mean, there's a few inconsistencies, and I think we've pointed them out and have been fair to Lion King 1.5. But LeFou, that just changes the entire perception of the first movie, and not in a good way.
Yeah,
you know?
Very left field. I mean, because in the original movie, already like Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Pot were trying to get the two together anyway.
Exactly, and they're the good guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking, well, the way I see like the Little Mermaid ride is it's from Scuttle's point of view. So it's like a Cliff Notes version because he begins it.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up with him like telling everyone the story.
Yeah.
So because we only see snippets, it's like what he's told or what he sees. Because all of a sudden, it's like kiss the girl to Ursula's dead to happily ever after, and I'm like, that's how Scuttle would tell a story.
Yeah,
that's true.
And that still fits in with the character, though. That's still his like Scuttle scatter-minded perception.
Exactly.
And really, if anyone is a good storyteller, it's Timon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's some great moments with him, and I know we've talked about like a lot of the lines, but like one of my favorite ones, Shinzi Marie, Predatora, Veldetta, Jacquelina, Hyena.
Yes! I was like, oh, dang. She could eat you, Timon.
That's what he wanted.
They need a whole separate backstory to tell me how this man knows her full name. Like, what is this complex history that we did not get in Lion King 1.5? I'm sure there's like a weird corner of the internet that has written
they were the ones to try to eat them before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same hyenas are the ones who attacked the meerkat village thingy.
So maybe they've just been attacking that same village and doing a horrible job at attacking them because it doesn't seem like anyone is died. Although I did think it was going to go to a dark place with Uncle Max at first.
Uncle Max though gets dark.
Well, I was starting to like. I watch with the subtitles, and when it cuts down to them in the little digging hole thing, and Uncle Max is caught by the hyenas. It says chewing on it. And I was like, oh
dear,
no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was like, well, that's it for Uncle Max.
Oh no. Okay, another sound thing. During their Timon and Simba doing the slug slurping.
Oh no. I forgot about that for good reason.
I had my headphones on, so it was like left, right, slurp, slurp. And I was like, oh.
Oh, it made me sick. Like, it just made me... I couldn't even look at it anymore.
Also, it was like doing shots at a bar. I was like, okay, this is odd.
Like shots. Never gonna get that sound out of my head. I did like seeing though, during that part, like, teenage Simba. Like,
yes.
You get a little bit more of, like, how long they've been together and, like, how they, you know, all vibe as friends living out there.
Yeah, that was nice to see.
Guys, I just found out the director of this directed Pocahontas 2.
No.
What?
The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2.
No.
Oh my god, Brie, he directed...
Well, 1 out of 3.
He directed 3 of the Tinkerbell movies. I'm scared. We're gonna eventually have to watch all those.
I mean, this one was good. How did...
He must have had a different team.
It's all about the writing.
It is all about the writing. It really is. People forget that. And it shouldn't be forgotten. Oh buddy.
There's yeah, that's a great ratio. But some of I cannot remember, I shouldn't have even started talking, but the director of a Goofy movie did something else. Enchanted.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
So, like, some of these guys have, like, weird, like, random connections to other things.
Wait,
so.
like the original A Goofy movie?
Yeah.
Because that one was so good, though.
Oh, it's so great. Yeah.
One of my favorite movies.
Don't like the sequel too much.
No, because anything that doesn't have Max and Roxanne.
I mean,
together,
how can you write Max, Roxanne out of the story? I don't get it.
We just recorded that episode, and it was like, it was so 90s. I think it was like the X Games, and they had
It was.
Yeah.
X Games.
They had the product placement everywhere. Did you guys notice, like, I think Pumbaa went to the restroom, and then he goes to get popcorn, and Timon, I was like, what is he singing? He's singing a Small World.
Yep.
Good. Another, though, we have to talk about it, because Matt and I were discussing a little bit earlier today, like, just our general thoughts, and I know he got, like, really deep into this, but that sequence at the end with the other Disney characters, just speaking of callbacks to other Disney films, is so good.
I wrote them all down.
Yeah, so at the end, Timon's mother, Simba, a bunch of other characters are like, oh, you're telling the story, you can tell it again. Rafiki literally says, any story worth telling is worth telling twice. And then, please, Matt, tell us which characters.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, you start off with Simba and Rafiki, and then Mickey shows up, and then Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Genie, Aladdin, Jasmine, Lady and the Tramp, the hippo from Fantasia, Belle, Beast, Mrs. Potts, Chip, Donald, Goofy, the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, Stitch, Mulan, Quasimodo, the Gargoyles, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, the Lost Boys, Baloo, Mowgli, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, Brer Bear, Dumbo, and I think it's Turk from Tarzan, but I'm not sure.
I think it was.
That's the only one I couldn't.
Yeah, I think it was Turk.
Just the side profile looked a little off, but yeah, like pretty much any big Disney character of the previous like 8 years, 10 years is in that theater. That's kind of great. Plus all the classics.
And there's 20 hidden Mickeys throughout the whole film.
Really?
Ooh, I don't think I knew that.
Crap, I wish I knew that before.
Well,
I would have
tried
tried
again now. Any story worth telling is worth telling twice.
That's true.
I just hope there's no hidden Mickeys during Dig a Tunnel, because I don't know if I could survive that again so soon.
Susie, we just need to do a Friday night watch party.
No. So our show, we do Friday night movies, virtual watch, and we all chat in Discord. So we have a Discord channel. We have people from all over the place. I mean, it's no secret the world is a little chaotic right now. And so we've been trying to, find not all big classic Disney movies, give a little variety and things that people haven't seen in a while. This one, I would have a lot of fun. I think I'm so glad we got to come on and talk to you guys about it, because I'm like, yes, this movie needs more discussion for sure.
It really doesn't get talked a lot about, because I feel like since I haven't even seen it before, it must not have been on anyone's like, oh, hey, let's put on this Disney movie. Because sometimes, I like to throw on like Emperor's New Groove or, something just fun. And
and compared to some of the other movies that Disney released as feature-length films, I mean, I would put this over Dinosaur or...
Whoa.
Yes. Treasure Planet.
What?
Ooh. Oh, them fighting words.
We can't argue on someone else's show. This is embarrassing.
This is fine.
Go look at the Rotten Tomato scores of those movies, and then
but look at the Rotten Tomato score for The Rise of Skywalker, and then compare it to The Last Jedi. Like, they're not always right.
It's true.
Okay, wait, those are more fighting words.
I'm thinking fan score.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
critics were right. No, I love The Last Jedi, you guys.
Yeah, Last Jedi was far superior.
I was like...
But sometimes the critics don't get it right. Sometimes fans don't get it right. Like Matt, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just going to look up Treasure Planet on Rotten Tomatoes real quick.
Treasure Planet is a movie that I feel that and Atlantis would be more appreciated. Yeah. That's where they need to do a live action. That is where they can do all types of really cool stuff. I don't know if I want to see another princess live action movie.
I don't know if I want to either. Atlantis is so good, and so is Treasure Planet. They're two of the most underrated Disney films.
Treasure Planet, I think, was a 68 or 69 on Rotten Tomatoes.
But that's still pretty good.
That's not bad. Now,
non-musical animated movie.
Now, Brother Bear.
I have not seen that one.
37%.
No, that sounds about right.
Brother Bear too. Why did he get a sequel?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys.
When I watched Brother Bear, I kind of liked it, but now I don't remember anything about it. So I kind of liked it, but maybe I shouldn't have.
Joaquin Phoenix plays an indigenous man.
But mostly he's a bear. He gets turned into a bear.
All POC people get turned into something in Disney.
I know. It's animation too. It's like that Pigeon Will Smith movie recently. Yeah. What the hell?
Although in Atlantis, it's very diverse.
Atlantis is a great movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
It would be great visually, live action.
Oh, I would be so excited to see that. I'd be really excited to see that. Do you think Jon Favreau is going to do Lion King 1.5 live action, or quote unquote live action, since it's all CGI?
I mean, if you see the behind the scenes making of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, you see that they've got like this technology down. I feel like, why not? Like, it can't take that long.
Do I want to see Timon not played by Nathan Lane though for a whole movie? No.
Ooh. I mean, it was already hard enough.
I know.
With the other one, and I like Billy Eichner. It's just not.
Yeah, I think he did a good job.
It's just not the same.
Yeah, the only part I do remember, and I do remember I laughed at, was when they said "be our guest" in the live action. But that was
that was so good though.
I was like, "You are not my Timon. You're not my real Pumbaa."
It was just pretty. It was. I think if that movie had come out 18 months sooner, I think it would have been better received. I think we are all at this point have live action remake fatigue.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so nice to see something like this, Lion King 1.5, that's like, it's familiar enough, but it's still really
you can see their emotions.
I mean, we had 3 of those live action remakes like back to back to back with Dumbo, Aladdin, and then Lion King.
I never saw Dumbo.
I didn't see Dumbo either.
It wasn't good.
I don't like circuses.
Yeah.
I don't like the original Dumbo that much.
The original Dumbo was sad. It just made me sad.
Right. I don't want to be sad when I watch a...
Okay, there's not a Dumbo sequel. I just had to make sure.
Well, the live action pretty much is.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because it takes place after. Well, I mean, they do some of the first part. I mean, you got to remember, Dumbo, the actual movie, is actually a very, very short animated film. It's pretty. I think it's under an hour, and so they touch on a lot of the key elements. Baby mine and all of that, but then they launch into Dumbo's fame.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Go check it out. Go watch it.
I would rather, instead of live action remakes, they just take other classic Disney movies and have like Timon and Pumbaa watch them and pause them occasionally with their or just do full commentary throughout the whole movie.
Just
like director's
really like Mystery Science 3000, like it up in here.
I'd be down with I'd be down for a live action Great Mouse Detective. That'd be kind of fun.
I love that movie. But then it'd be CGI, and I'm not a fan personally. Candace can tell you that. If anything, CGI.
Did you see the? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'll just say it again. Brie, I'll say this for the 1,000th time. You just don't like bad CGI. No one likes bad CGI.
But I didn't like Lion King, and technically that was good CGI.
But did you see the new Lady and the Tramp? It's mostly real dogs. They only like animate their faces a little bit when they're talking, but most of it's real.
It was cute.
It's really sweet.
I haven't seen it yet because I was scared.
I didn't finish it, but I liked.
No, it's really good.
It. Yeah.
Do you guys notice the Lady and Tramp moment between Timon and Pumbaa with the worm?
There's a lot of other Disney callbacks to this one. It's so funny.
Oh,
it's nice to spot all like the references, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one quote I really liked when like Timon's mom meets Rafiki and he's explaining to her what's going on. And he's like, Timon's out there chasing metaphors.
Oh, I know. That was so funny. She's like, I need to go after he takes everything literally.
And I was like,
it's a very good impression.
It's going to be the title of my
Thank you.
autobiography.
Yeah, I mean, I love how I think we've established Timon as officially Jewish.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, at the very beginning, I was watching it and I texted Matt and I go, I think they imply that meerkats are Jewish.
I mean, his mom...
Mary Stiller there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and his mom
calls him a Mashugana.
Yeah, which is Yiddish.
It makes the sunrise sunset make so much more sense.
Oh yes.
My gosh.
It's layered. It's
all ties together.
It's all the circle of life, guys.
This is the most meta Disney movie of all time.
Well, that's exactly what Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were, though.
Yeah.
It's all very existential and all that sort of stuff. So this it ties together. They knew what they were doing with it. Oh, smart.
And it's just you can feel the love the people who made this have for the original Lion King.
It's fun.
And it's just fun. So would you guys suggest this movie for even grown-up fans of Lion King?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. If you guys have a virtual movie night, I probably will join.
Yeah.
To watch this. Yes.
Matt and Susie, can you tell us about your podcast?
Yeah, sure. We are the Imagineears Disney Podcast. I just let Susie talk most of the time because people listen to her and not me. So.
Okay, first of all, that is not true. Yeah, Matt's a travel agent and he knows everything.
I'm a wealth of Disney knowledge. My head is just a...
He's the knowledge, I'm the opinion.
I don't appreciate Toy Story 4 being so low on the ranking.
Oh,
it made me feel things.
See, this is why we're friends. Yeah, so I mean, we talk about everything. We talk about Pixar. We talk about the parks. It's great being able to talk about that again now that they're starting to come back open. We talk about Disney history. So yeah, it just kind of depends on the week, and we kind of like to vary it up a little bit. But yeah, we focus on the Disney side of things.
Well, if you guys ever want to talk about all the Disney sequels and direct-to-home video, we're watching all of them.
Yes.
We are. I saw that list, and some of them I was like, Godspeed, guys.
Have fun talking about that one.
That's very brave of you.
Yep. Candace wants to torture me constantly, so this is my punishment.
No, it's
nothing else to do, Bree.
No, this is true.
It's it's a fun topic. Good on you for tackling. I mean, because it's not easy. Like some of these are not going to be easy. So
this is going to take a year to do.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Be interesting.
It's a labor of love.
It is.
I don't know if love's the right word, but we'll see. We'll see. Bree, can you tell people how to find us?
Yeah, of course. Head on over to thegeekywaffle.com. That's where we post all of our blogs and podcasts. And then also check us out on Facebook. We have a really fun community group called the Geeky Waffles. So join there. It's a really safe space to nerd out and have fun.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Susie, so much for being
Yeah, thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Thank you for inviting us. This was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you all for listening. We hope you have a happily ever after until the sequel.